So now that we've framed everything for today, let's learn more about those three terms related to the tool. Let's start with the ideas of freedom and regulation. We chose freedom as a starting point because it's a pretty good common ground. Usually, no matter how different your opinions on an issue might be from the person sitting next to you, chances are you both value your freedom. Freedom can be defined as the ability to act, speak, or think as one wishes. But we can break the idea of freedom down into two types. The first type of freedom is economic freedom. Economic freedom basically is about your property, your freedom to make decisions about your own money or your own stuff. So think about issues like taxes or anything that might require you to give up some of your personal wealth. Socio-moral freedom is basically about your body, your freedom to make decisions about your own self separate from others. So think about issues like same-sex marriage or legalizing marijuana. Next to the idea of freedom, let's take a look at the idea of regulation, which is really just another word for control, control over one's freedom. What's really important to understand about regulation is that it falls on a spectrum, kind of like a number line. There are extreme forms of regulation, but there are tons of variations in between. The easiest way to think of regulation is a division between regulated and unregulated. On one side, unregulated basically means less control or freedom from barriers to acting, speaking, or thinking as one wishes. Think about issues like free speech. We have a law that removes barriers to you being able to exercise the right to free speech. It is a mostly unregulated freedom. On the other side, regulated basically means more control or freedom to act, speak, or think as one wishes. Think about issues like building roads. We have laws that allow the government to take small amounts of our personal money through taxes to build the roads on which we drive our cars. We have the freedom to travel easily because the government is able to regulate our freedom to a small degree in order to provide us with roads. The grid you see on the screen combines the ideas of freedom and regulation. It is basically a tool that helps us to better understand others' viewpoints as well as our own viewpoint. And it helps us to get a better sense of how one person's viewpoint and what we should do about an issue is different from others.